listen, I
I
know
was getting hypnotized by that count.
it's supposed. Well, it's very very late. I know that the countdown is supposed to give people time, but when you're on the other side of it, and I made the dang thing. When you're staring at it, you're just like, this goes on for a long time. I didn't know a minute was so long.
A minute's so long, but also like it was just like hypnotic. I'm just like in a
Did I ever
trance a
tell you
little bit.
what all I wanted when I first got the PS4's VR, PlayStation VR?
Mhm.
I I I don't want games. I want VR
You want
screensavers
you want
essentially.
experiences.
All I just give me the hyperspace effect that I can just zone out.
Yeah.
Put on a headset and do that. Or
Yeah.
traveling through warp
Yeah.
in Star Trek. Just give me if someone wants a ship overlay like you're in a cockpit, whatever, you can
Yeah.
have that. But just an experience of those sort of transitional travel moments. That's it. That's all you want from VR.
When I hunker down, like if I have work to do and I don't want to be bothered, I put on one of those like 10-hour long warp audio YouTube videos.
Oh,
Or
it's just the ambient noise.
it's just the ambient noise of the Enterprise with like the low warp
That that
hum.
that machine hum.
Yeah, like random doors opening and closing in weird intervals and stuff.
Here's the thing. I tried that
Yeah.
as a sort of white noise
Sure.
sleep aid.
Yeah.
And the problem with the one I found was you'd get into the zen of the hum,
Yeah.
but then suddenly there'd be a beep. It's like I
Oh,
don't
that
need the
brings you out
beep
of it.
that
Yeah,
brings me out of it.
I just
Like,
want the
no,
hum.
give me
Yeah.
the general noise. I don't need punctuations
Yeah.
that suddenly make it present. It's like I have one of those apps as well that have the things and it has like a storm noise.
Right.
Storm in the city or something like that. And it's got traffic noise. What happens is that I'll get into it, but then I'll identify the loop point,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay,
And that's all you can hear. You're like,
truck
oh,
is
we're on the
coming.
second loop.
That
Yep.
truck is coming. I know the truck is coming.
Yep.
It's like I'm in a time travel movie.
Yeah.
Or Groundhog
Like
Day.
Groundhog
I'm
Day.
in
Yeah. Yeah.
Groundhog
Yeah.
Day, and it's like, no, I don't need that from my white noise generator. Just give
Right.
me ambient sound that does not loop, or at least is
Yeah.
not noticeable. Don't give me a demarcation point that's obviously the truck is coming. The
Right.
beep is about to happen because I heard the hum hum beep beep, and then okay, so that's two beeps. I don't want to count it out. Which is all to say, hey everybody, welcome
Hi
to
everyone.
this
Yeah, we got some
edition Force 5 Open Chat.
familiar faces or names, I should say, in the chat. Ionicus, Linda's there. Bumblebee 85 has toys. That's a name I haven't seen in a while.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hello. Oh, I'm everyone. Hold on, let's go back to that. I just got it.
Yes, you're relegated to everyone. Specifically, though,
welcome to
hi
the
to
Everyone
me.
channel. What's up, Mike? I thank you for being here. Because I
do what I
appreciate it
can.
regardless. Boy, we're all everyone. Well, okay, just redeemed it. I'm assuming he thinks he's on your channel right now.
Is he? I don't like.
Or are they? I don't know.
I know there was a thing on
you know
here.
What?
There
I'll
was a
take the
thing on
thumbs up.
here that allowed me to log into my channel, so I might also.
Yeah, if you want to do it, by all means.
It might be doing that, so we might be
on both
on my channel too. Yeah.
Will it let you add your channel? Or am I seeing that?
Yes, it is actually posted up on my channel.
Fine,
but it's your stream. But yeah, it's.
Well, send those super chats in, folks.
How does that work?
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. You'll let me know, right?
I guess. I'll send you another toy.
Well, you know what? I'm happy to have you back on to do another one of these. We've been waiting for our schedules to align. You've been very busy. A lot of transition happening in your life. A lot of moving parts.
Yeah, I just spent a week in Illinois.
So this is like a countdown. You're going to start having to tear your room down, right?
Yes, and I'm not
You're gonna document it for the channel, right? You kind of have to,
Do
don't
that.
you?
Yeah.
Do a time lapse.
I don't know. I don't know if anyone cares enough to see me like take toys off a shelf in a time lapse
Have you
live
seen
stream.
the internet?
That's true. It's a good point.
I
It's
mean,
a good
that's
point.
exactly the
Yeah.
content that would get a massive response.
A bunch of
Watch
yeah.
that be your most popular video.
Oh my god! Just watch me dismantle, and I'll have to do one when I put up my toy room and wherever I move to.
Old man packs away dreams. You
It's
gotta watch
exactly
this
what
thing.
it is. Yeah,
I'm gonna move these.
yeah.
Oh
We
yeah. Well, I'll show them off real quick.
show it off. It looks good.
So I missed out when the episode 3 one came out. What, 5, 6, 7 years ago? One that came with the babies.
Yeah, the babies.
So I figured when this came around, and he's got the Clone Wars haircut, I guess, which is close to the episode 3, and the moving eyes.
It's close. Yeah.
But yeah, it seemed like a good pickup. But I'm more happy with the Darth Sidious from the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the Sidious from episode 3. This is the duel with Savage, Opress, and Maul.
That's right.
Yeah, he's got what? Look at how
You
good.
are a rival.
Look at how good that.
It's a fantastic sculpt. For sure.
Kind of creepy having him on the desk. I haven't found where I'm going to put him yet. But yeah, it was a nice pickup. It was a treat to myself. While we can still do such things.
Yep, I'm enjoying collecting toys while I don't feel guilty for the price I'm paying. And honestly, by the time I'm buying a house, so by the time we move there and everything, I don't know how much extra money we'll have compared to what we have here.
Has there been any word, considering everything that's going on right now, if any of that is affecting the dragon that you bought? Because I can't imagine, are they taking a wait and see approach?
They're taking a wait and see approach because it's so far out in the future. By the time it actually comes out, who knows what it's going to look like. Look at that.
So,
Stars cream.
I wanted to have you on, obviously.
Yeah,
just because you're a
Yeah.
great conversation. But also, we've put together all the other ones I've gotten so far.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
You said I'm a great conversation. Like on a scale of famous people, like famous people you've talked to.
Oh, you don't want to know.
I'm at the bottom.
You don't want.
I'm at the bottom.
No, you're not at the bottom. You're absolutely not at the bottom.
Okay.
You're not at the bottom.
I'm not.
I'm
close to it.
You're not at the bottom, though. You're not. There's
not at the bottom.
And you know what? It fluctuates.
Sure.
Your position. Nobody's position holds.
I'm just of all the bit of chats you've had. Of all the bit of chats you've had.
Oh.
Of all the Force 5s you've had.
Yeah, we're gonna move on. You don't want to do that, right?
No, I really don't.
You had a question in here.
Yes. So Lily and I we're moving to Illinois.
Together, even.
Together, yes. Lily already has a job lined up. My job goes with me. We were looking at places to rent, and then I was just like, what happens if we just buy a house? Because in Illinois, that's possible. It's not an unobtainable goal where they have like houses in the $200,000 and $300,000 range. Whereas here in San Diego, like the minimum is like $700,000, $800,000 for like
and that's just a month
house.
Of rent.
Yeah. Well, so the rent we're paying is ridiculous. We're in a townhome, right?
Right.
It's when we moved in, our rent was $3,100 a month.
So what is it?
My landlord,
3 bedrooms and a garage? You have a garage, right?
Garage.
Yeah.
3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, upstairs, downstairs. Like it's like 1,500-ish square feet. Like it's not a small place, but it's not a huge place. But it's a new build. It's got modern stuff. We have that like the new style water heater. We got climate control of it. Like it's a nice place to live, but
right.
my landlord, just after paying rent last month, he's like, hey, next month it's going up to $3,500 a month. And I'm just like, whoa.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah. So
For what?
yeah, well, when we moved in back in 2021, it was 3,100, and now over the last 4 years, it's now gone up basically $100 each year.
You could get an entire compound in Illinois for that.
For that, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like the
I mean,
our mortgage is gonna be like $1,800 a month based on, depending on what we get. I'm like, that's so cheap.
You're going to be able to buy so much more crap.
But I don't know if we can, because my wife is going to be making a lot less there than she is here. She's making a decent amount here.
Yeah,
and
but again, I mean, you could.
It's all relative.
Yeah, but
yeah,
still, that's a significant difference.
It is
for a mortgage that you'll get there.
Sure.
I mean, a mortgage wouldn't even reach what you're paying in rent.
No.
For especially if it's the same amount of space that you've got.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have did you get find the place yet?
So we've got a couple places. There's one place we put an offer on. My one thing I don't like about it is it's roughly the same square footage as the place we are right now, but it's a house and not like a townhouse. So the whole thing would be ours.
So you can really blast your music and movies.
Correct. I don't have to worry about our neighbors or anything. Like it's all good.
No one's gonna complain when you're passed out in the yard.
There's no basement, which number one, I was hoping to get a basement that I could turn into like a nice toy room. Right. Number two, they've got tornadoes in Illinois.
Yeah, so basement is
a good to have a basement,
right?
But there's no basement in this house. When we flew there to go visit,
put a basement in, like on the TikTok. Can you?
Yeah, you're like that.
Can you excavate? Yeah,
excavate. I'm gonna hit her up. Be like, yo, you want to build another?
These rocks are glowing. I don't think that's a problem. We're just gonna keep drilling. I don't like the mask. I feel constricted.
But no. So when we were flying there to visit, our flight directly to it's in Champaign, Illinois, which is like 2 hours south of Chicago. Champagne. It's for the so any champagne you make there, any sparkling wine from there is actually champagne.
Yeah, I think you're thinking
legally
of sparkling wine, Indiana,
right? But like our flight got canceled directly there, and so we were in Dallas Fort Worth. They're like, "What do we do?" Okay, we got a flight to Indianapolis, which is another 2-hour drive, but it's not a big deal. We rent a car, drive 2 hours. So we're flying to Indianapolis. It's my birthday, mind you. This is my birthday day, and I chose to fly on my birthday. Yeah, like I knew that wouldn't be like the best experience, but we were supposed to get to where we were going at around like 3:00 in the afternoon. So I would have still had like a whole day basically to like goof off, but we spent the whole day traveling instead. And when we landed at 9:00 at night in Indianapolis, as soon as we landed, tornado. Like we're in a plane. And a tornado is happening.
Like you cued it?
Yes. It's basically what's happening. And they're like, yeah, we can't dock because of lightning and wind. Like they can't extend the bridge. Like obviously the crew's not allowed outside. So we're stuck in the plane. And like then they had to turn the plane into the wind so we didn't get like pushed over.
Right.
It was
so it wouldn't catch under the wing and flip you.
Correct. It was not a fun time.
So you were just playing games on your phone?
I was chatting with Dan. Sleeping. I was playing games, and I was.
Oh, you were on a live stream with Dan, right? I'm sure you were.
That would not have been fun. But yeah, I was trying to strangle the lady behind me who was just not shutting up. She just would not shut up.
About what? Like, was she talking with someone? Or
she was just gabbing.
Was it nervous energy?
Oh, it was 100% nervous energy. Like I understood the situation, but her nervous energy was not helping me.
Right.
Like,
and that's the priority.
Yeah, I'm the center of the universe. I don't know if you know this.
Oh, I've heard.
Speaking of which, what's up, Ellen Boxing? How's it going? He found me at WonderCon, and that was fun to chat with him.
Do you give somebody something when they find you?
No, I don't
You
have
like a
anything to give
pin or a
anybody because
button or
I don't
a,
expect
a
I don't
badge?
expect
Or...
anyone to care if they meet me.
Well,
It
you
was
know
really
what? You've
weird.
already found that's not the case. So now
Yeah,
you have to
well,
start having swag prepared when you go to
I
shows.
should. I really should. He
What would
had
you
swag.
what would you
He
do?
had swag to give me.
Oh, so as someone meeting you, he gave you swag.
Yes, and I have it.
Was it Mike Kaess branded swag that he
That
gave you?
wouldn't that be great? No, I did. There was a podcast I was on. It was a Gaming Brothers podcast, and they sent me their swag, like a T-shirt and a mug, but they'd also put my channel logo on it as well. And like, I'm like, I
That's
don't
a
know how
cease and
to,
desist.
yeah, yeah. Excuse me, this is my channel logo. Yeah, no, it was
We're
really
super
nice.
fans.
Yeah, I was honored. Honestly, it was really nice.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Yeah, but yeah, I just oh, Ionicus, if we meet, I'll definitely give you a hug, buddy. But yeah, it's just, it's always weird to me. Like, I know I've got a YouTube channel. I know I've got, thousands of subscribers, but like, it's weird to me that anyone cares to meet me still. Like, I just don't think I'm that
Listen,
interesting.
it baffles all of us.
Yeah, honestly. Honestly.
You know what? You're such a nice hang. It has been a
I try.
delight over these past few years
I try.
to have you on and have these conversations, and to
You don't
see
have to
your
do
media
this.
rise within the toy community, all the engagement you get,
You don't have to
all
do
the
this.
fun
You
you
don't have to
have.
do this. This isn't, you don't have to do this. This is your channel. You don't have to like build me up. I'm good.
Listen. My channel has viewers from your channel.
That's true.
Listen, I understand fully within no matter what I've done in any other thing in my life, nothing compares to the humbling you will get on YouTube when you have a channel that has variably low engagement. But that's fine. But you know what? But that's the thing we said on another stream today, or I
It's
said.
true.
You do it because you enjoy it, not
That's
because people
exactly.
are there. If you
That's
do it
exactly why
because
you do it.
people are
Yeah.
there or you need people to be there, you're not
Yep.
going to be happy and it's not sustainable.
Yep. Absolutely. I 100%
So
agree.
there's a question. I don't have the commando droid yet. But Blaster Fodder asked what you think of the commando droid that their copy has bad QC on the right leg. So they're 10 to 7. Did you get the commando droid yet?
I actually have two, but I haven't opened them yet. So I don't know how I feel
Well,
about
go
them.
grab it.
I guess I could.
Well, you got two,
I
so you can
guess I
save
could.
you can save one for the channel.
Yeah.
And one to see if you're also dissatisfied with it.
All right.
Have you had a lot of recent stuff? Because I don't
so
forget.
much.
I told you I got tales to tell
Yeah.
about the past week when it comes to.
Oh, I came back. So while I was away for the week, my father-in-law was feeding my cats, and he also picked us up from the airport. And he's like, "Wow, Mike, every day's like Christmas for you." I was like, "I got a lot of packages, didn't I?" He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put a goal for this stream because I never have goals.
What's your goal?
Because it's nothing but disappointment. My goal, I would like to get at least one patron for my Patreon out of this stream tonight. And you know what? I'm going to say at the $1 level, you get access to all of my exclusives. So
I am a Patreon supporter of your channel.
Do you enjoy what you get from it?
Absolutely. You get more content than you could ever listen to in a lifetime. I feel like if you're ever like, man, I really want to hear a good conversation with, let's say, Renee Auberjonois, which is probably the one where I was like, oh man, I can't wait to hear this, and it lived up to the hype in my head. You're talking to Odo here, and it was just a fantastic conversation.
Wasn't he just a lovely guy?
He seemed like just the nicest guy. And that's just one of the many people he's had on his channel.
and that was an archive piece that had never seen the light of day, that I'd done
That's
many years
crazy to
ago.
me. That's
You know, it
crazy.
here's the thing with that, is that got caught, if I'm remembering the timeline correctly, around the time I left IGN and went to go work for the filmmaker that you alluded to earlier in the evening
Mm-hmm.
to run his site. And the problem in that era was that all those interviews were done for print or for text form. You know, it's online, but it was done. So that meant every interview, when you do conversations like I do, which are on the long side, have to be transcribed
Sure.
and also copy edited. And I don't know if you've ever done transcription for something
I've
that
never
long.
done copy editing or
It
transcription,
is
so
the most ridiculously monotonous, boring thing to do. It is so particular. I'm not a fast typist. I'm not a touch typist either. I'm a touch hunt and peckist. So I'm pretty fast with hunting and pecking, but it's still not not looking at the keyboard real time
sure.
transcription. So it was getting through that slog, and it's something that you can't have anything else going on. You can't listen
Yeah.
to music while you're
No, it's
transcribing.
taking all of your attention.
All of your attention, so it feels as long as it is. And so when I started the other thing, a lot of these this thing just fell off. What the hell is that? Where's that? Oh, it's a faceplate. Okay, that was shredding loose. That's a replacement faceplate. Uh, it was one of those ones that, as I did other things, it just fell further and further back in the. I got to get around to doing this. I got to get this up, and then it just. So there's a few like that.
Yeah.
There's like a 3-hour interview with Seth MacFarlane in there.
How is he a person?
Well, here's the thing. When I first talked to Seth,
Yeah.
it was in 99, 2000.
So that was pre-blow up, really. Like
So
he
that
was
was the
a
show had already
thing.
been
Yeah.
canceled.
Yeah.
And so it was more talking about this thing in the past, and it was a much. I mean, I never even as an egotistical jerk level of the way he's comported himself and things, but certainly
Sure.
there was a humility and humbleness that was just there because, yeah, you know, I had a cartoon that got canceled. It seems to have some people that like it, but it had not yet had the Adult Swim resurrection,
Right. Which boosted him up. Yep.
which blew him up into like this cultural hip
Yeah.
status, and now what the show became after that. Uh, so they were more grounded, I would say, interesting conversations because they could be like, "Hey, let's talk about you working on Johnny Bravo."
I didn't even did he work on the new one? The newer one? Wait, Johnny
No,
Bravo. I was thinking Johnny Quest. I was thinking Johnny
Yeah,
Quest.
yeah,
Johnny
yeah.
Bravo. Yeah, yeah, okay.
No, he was
That's like, yeah.
yeah, he was a
Yeah.
storyboard artist for on Johnny Bravo in the mid to late 90s.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So was able to talk about his career and things like that uh, in a fashion that I don't think he would talk about today. So pieces like that. Gosh, there's a bunch more in there. I just can't remember. I can look in the folder. Should I look in the folder and see what's in my?
Do you want to?
Where did I put those? Before we assembled all the pieces around for Starscream. Is now assembly wise, was this one an easier one to do than the others, or
I actually think I remember there are a couple pieces on it being a little annoying.
he seems to be much more plasticky
Yeah.
and a lot less metal.
Yeah, I'm actually not too impressed with this. The upper body is fine, but these legs are terrible. They're bad.
Now, are they like Magna Guard level of bad?
Well, so this he just can't bend his leg very much.
Are you gonna
Like,
break it?
I mean, I probably could if I wanted to. It's my figure. I can do what I want.
I think you should break it.
I'm not gonna break my figure, Ken. Not on purpose, anyway.
Hold on. Are we gonna get a clip out of this?
Maybe. I can make it look like he just got hit in the nuts or has to go pee either way. But like his
That's your two big posing ranges.
basically, yes, that's it. He can just put his knees together basically, and that's what you can do here. Yeah, just these there's just not a lot of give to these legs. Like they're molded in a way where it doesn't have a lot of room, and the knee doesn't have a lot of bend either. And I feel like, especially for as acrobatic as these guys are, that's kind of a bummer.
Let's see. A couple of Billy West. There's a big one. Bruce Timm.
Bruce Timm, that guy makes some horny ass art.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He does. Okay, he does. Even
Yeah. Well,
when you're just watching Batman the animated series, you're like, did you really have
let's
to
just say
draw her like that?
there's a lot more than that out there.
I know. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Listen, you could pick any girl from Batman the animated series. He's drawn her naked. Okay.
So yeah, there's a Bruce Timm, Dave Thomas
from Wendy's.
No,
from
SCTV.
Oh, okay. I guess that's cool too.
Boy, a Jackson Public one that never made it up. That's a time capsule. David Mitchell. Are We the Baddies fame?
Are We the Baddies? The US? Yeah. Yep.
June Foray, Jeffrey Combs.
Oh, Jeffrey Combs.
Mark Gatiss, Matt Berry, Patrick
Berry.
Warburton, Robert Picardo, Stephen Root.
I would love to hang out with Robert Picardo. I want to go on a Star Trek cruise just so I could hang out with Robert Picardo.
Talk about the time he almost died on the Legends set.
No.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't. He was a doctor. If he's dying, who can help him? He's the doctor.
Well, no one's going to help him. No one's capable of helping him.
That's right. There's no emergency medical hologram for the emergency medical hologram.
I remember walking up. God, it must have been a Dragon Con in 99. No, I wasn't there. That maybe 2000, either 2000, 2001.
Okay.
And so Dragon Con was much smaller.
Yeah.
Than it became.
That's how most cons were in the.
And I remember he was sitting at his card table in the Walk of Fame, and he had his feet up on the table and had a fully open newspaper and was behind it. And it had such the energy of I'm on break, but I'm at this table, that you could see people walk up and go, take a beat, and then walk on. And I respected that. Like, you know what? I'm stuck behind this thing. I'm going to read the paper. I'm going to go through. I'm going to read the paper in the most stage actor reading the paper method of fully unfolded reading the paper. It was delightful. He could have been changing behind it. It was open that large.
That's nice. I like that.
I mean, he was a lovely guy.
Sure.
Oh, look at this. Oh, we got a whole chain here. Here was a Dan who introduced me to Mike, who introduced me to Ken, whose DuckTales book I've had for over a year, and apparently didn't put two and two together at first. Oh, hey. Hi.
That's fun.
Well, I hope you enjoy the book. Yeah. Well, you know what? There's fun stuff to be had for the book over on my Patreon if you want to check that out.
True.
And you know what? You can look at it without even becoming a patron. There's I don't know if you're aware, there's a credits addendum for everyone who worked on the show that you can print out and stick in your copy of the book. Go check that out. Yeah, there's some other fun stuff to be had there. If you just go to, what is it, bit.ly/DuckTales book. We'll take you to the links to all that stuff. But thank you for getting the book. I appreciate it. I actually get, I actually get money from sales off of that. Shockingly, I get a royalty off the book. Thankfully,
Well, I would hope so.
That is not a common thing.
Oh, really?
No, no. So it was very much a surprise and a welcome one. I hope people enjoy it. I'm thankful the book is still in print, unlike the Venture
Yeah, the
Brothers
Venture
book.
Brothers one's not. Yeah.
Did you ever get a copy of that?
Not the Venture Brothers one, but the DuckTales one.
I feel so bad for all the folks who, particularly at the one point, Amazon I think sold was something for $18. It got down to that low.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about this shortly. This is part of my tales of this week. The Walmart shipper. I'm going to assemble this, and we'll talk Walmart shipper.
Yeah, talk Walmart shipper.
Now are you done? Before we do, are you done with YOLO Park stuff as far as what you wanted out of them, as far as characters? Not that they're like, I'm done with YOLO Park.
Yeah, no more YOLO Park for me. Well, so the next one's Bumblebee, and Bumblebee's
that would be my out, I think.
Because
that would be my last.
I really like the G1 AMK Pro series, and I feel like that's the series that got me into it. And I'm like, that's the series. Like, if they make more from it, that's what I'll buy. But I don't think the Bumblebee looks very good.
Oh no! What? No. What about it? Because they've done really good so far.
I feel like he's too big. I feel like they always miss scale wise. I mean, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't think he's G1 enough. Well, I want him to be tiny. He's Bumblebee.
I know.
I want them to be roughly in scale.
I'm gonna keep my maniacal face on him.
But yeah, I think, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna get Bumblebee, but if they do a Soundwave, obviously, if they do like a Sideswipe or a Sunstreaker or like Shockwave for sure. Say that to my face. Oh, Bumblebee. I know. I the thing is, I love Bumblebee. I love Bumblebee, but I feel like anytime someone does like an action figure of Bumblebee, it's not right.
So
like,
what is the best Bumblebee that's out there?
I don't know. You know what? I think Hasbro did a really good job with the Studio Series Bumblebee. Even though it looks like a cartoon, which does not look like the Penny Racer model. It's a little bit more squared off in the cartoon, which I think that's what they're going for. It works. It's fine. I also really like the Cybertronian Bumblebee they did. That looks like the first episode of Transformers, where he's got like the wings and stuff. Love that figure. I think those are probably the best Bumblebees they've done.
Does it matter which way this goes?
I don't think that one does.
Because it is different.
One goes in the shoulder and one goes into the arm. I think the big one goes into the shoulder and the small one goes into the arm.
Okay, well, there's...
Sorry, what I meant to quote was Star Wars, and this one goes there, that one goes there.
Thank you. This is why I have you here.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mean that. I meant direction-wise. If one's left arm, one's right arm.
I don't think it matters. I think they're
personal choice.
They're mirrored. Yeah.
Well, they're not perfectly mirrored. You can see the seam line.
Oh, maybe I've got mine wrong then. I don't know.
Or maybe there is no wrong.
Maybe there is no wrong. Maybe it's whatever your heart tells you.
Maybe it's all a big psychological test.
Right. I'm gonna be 100% truthful. I never got into Venture Brothers. I saw Slipshot's comment. We kill for Venture Brothers. Like, I remember when it debuted on Adult Swim. I remember watching it, and I remember like, that's pretty good. But then I just never watched more. I don't know. Like my friend Zach, tall blonde Zach, obsessed.
Tall blonde Zach.
Well, because I've got short Southern Zach, which is my Black Series Cantina co-host. and I've got Tall Blonde Zach, which is my Bots and Shots co-host. So I have to differentiate them.
You don't have to. You choose to.
I do it for myself so I can keep them straight.
Wait a second. Is it?
Okay. Hyperspace Vault wants to know what I'm going to miss most about Cali. I'm going to say probably the Mexican food. And
You have Taco Bell.
that's not Mexican. That's Mexican shaped food. That's Mexican shaped food. But I want a good California burrito. I want carne asada. I don't want steak. I don't get a steak taco and a steak burrito. I get carne asada.
Well, then you shouldn't move.
Well, I have to. So there's not much I can do about that. I'm gonna miss Disneyland. I'll say that. I'm gonna miss Disneyland.
That you will miss. Do you envision going back?
Probably. Well, so I might be coming back for Comic-Con because I'll probably be leaving before Comic-Con.
Right.
And I might have an in with some Comic-Con passes. And if I get those, I will be coming back for Comic-Con. Because I'm guessing I'm probably going to be moving like mid-June.
What is this magnet thing? What are they talking about? What's the magnet do? Oh, the magnet turns on the light? The eyes?
Yes.
Okay. So there's no button on them? You have to use the magnet to activate the light? Is that how you turn on his function?
Oh, and that's another thing, Slipshod. Absolutely. No tri-tip. I love tri-tip.
Oh, I think you need to cancel the move.
No move. I'll have to tell my wife. She'll be brokenhearted.
So what is it about Venture Brothers? So how far did you get? Did you just watch the first season? And then...
First season, basically, yeah.
So I will say, and have you revisited it since?
No.
Okay. First season.
A lot of it.
A lot of it
comes down. A lot of it comes down to about that time I moved and I didn't have cable, so I didn't have any way of watching it really.
Right.
So it wasn't a choice of I'm not going to watch this. It was just the lack of the ability to, and I just never had the want to go back and revisit it.
Well, the show found its footing by the end of the first season.
Yeah.
The second season is so much more refined and has its voice. So I'm personally asking you to take the time.
It's on Max, right?
It depends on the time of day.
And what David Zaslav's mood is.
What can we get rid of? I need a stock bump. What do we get? We can do. The tax man's coming. Make another donation.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So last I knew, it is on there. Although it might be no, quite the opposite on the it was never a Hanna-Barbera homage the way that people tried to. I mean, it was an homage to Johnny Quest and Doc Savage and pulp novels and James Bond and that 60s futurism more than anything else. Everyone at the beginning lumped it in with Harvey Birdman.
Yeah.
And that sort of, it's this pastiche and comedy, and it's clearly in that. No, and it quickly established its own voice outside of that.
I did like Harvey Birdman, though.
Harvey Birdman was a great series. So were the first couple of seasons of C-Lab.
Yeah, man. The first, I would say, 2 seasons of C-Lab are...
Well, when you have like one of the central characters, the actor, pass away, and you're trying to recover from that.
It doesn't really
you know what I
well.
would love if they did with this, with their instructions, is numbered what pieces you should attach first. That's the one thing that is baffling in this. Because I know I'm not doing some of this right. Although, have you found any pieces that are unremovable after you? Have you tried
No,
taking
no,
any
you
of
can
these apart?
easily remove the whole thing if you need to, as far as I know.
So there's no going back like some of the toys of our youth would be when you tear them.
Yeah, no, in fact, like I've full on taken apart Optimus and put him back together a couple times, but I don't think there's anything like that
But you do
on
it in
Star.
sort of a
Hey, it's
Full Metal
Victoria.
Jacket kind of way.
Yeah, for sure. Hi, Victoria.
Hey, Victoria.
Yeah,
Everyone go
hang
check
with the
out
transfers.
the birthday stream.
She was on it sometimes.
She was. It was a wonderful discussion for a wonderful
Was.
channel, which I hope
Oh
everyone
no.
is subscribed to, and definitely should. But hey, yeah, we're gonna open these toys. What else did you get? So you, how many things came while you were gone?
So many, it's embarrassing. Um, so I
Now,
went.
when you say embarrassing,
Yeah,
you've had a lot of embarrassing times. So on the scale
sure.
of embarrassing
Not
amount
my
of
most
toys,
embarrassing moment.
you
Yeah,
did buy a dragon
I did on purpose.
when you
I
were about to
spent.
move.
Well, yeah, okay. At the very least, though, to save on
Not to sound
taxes,
like your wife
I put in
or any
my
rational person in your life.
I put in my uh, brother and sister in law's house for where to ship it to. So to save on those taxes, not taxes, the shipping cost.
Right.
So it only cost me like $120 instead of $150 to ship all three of those items.
What was the final price?
It was like one thousand
Oh my
and
gosh.
60 something like that.
Wow, no, what?
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was over $1,000 for sure.
I mean, how big is it?
It's, I mean, all stretched out with the flame effect. It's like 6 feet.
Okay, I mean that's it's pretty cool, I guess.
There's a cool picture that they took of it with the his tank, where it's just like towering over the his tank.
Let me pull this up about no, actually, well, yes. So there is a very brief appearance from I'm forgetting his name, the like guardian of the Johnny Quest here, not the father
Race
figure.
Bannon.
Yes. So Race does appear very briefly in the Venture Brothers. So it's more the opposite. It was not that they were told they could use Hanna-Barbera characters. It was at a certain point they were told they could not use Hanna-Barbera characters. So when you saw Race in it, Race was the only character that they wound up using. That's why, like Dr. Zinn is an homage to Johnny Quest character, and so is Action Johnny, who is the adult, strung out, traumatized version of Johnny Quest that shows up in the series as a running character, is Action Johnny and not Johnny Quest. So, see why you have to watch the show.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard anything that makes me want to feel like I have to watch the show.
Pay you $1.
Oh, done. I'll do anything for $1.
That needs to be in your channel trailer too.
I'll do anything for $1.
As you eat a whole bag of Sour Patch Kids in one mouthful.
So, so you know when you get a big bag of Sour Patch Kids and you finish it, and at the bottom,
I love the stand up routine. Keep going.
it's got all the powder where
Yeah.
oh man, that's just a bunch of sugar. I'm gonna dump all of
No.
that into my mouth.
No, that's a bunch of sour.
So
What are you
it is
doing?
not sweet.
What are you
It's
doing?
literally just the sour parts, and it burns when you have
Yeah,
that much in your
it
mouth. Like
does.
I think I killed my taste buds for a solid 3 days.
And did you learn a lesson?
Well, no, I did it like 3 more times.
just to get that high again.
Yeah, man. You gotta chase that high.
I'm chasing that patch, man.
You gotta roll in the patch.
Oh man, yeah. Oh, it's the sour. It's the sour, man. I'm here.
I don't want the sweet. I just want the sour. I am going to turn one of my knights into a zombie. That's what I'm going to do right now.
Is this an ad for Mythic Legions?
Isn't everything?
Everything. Yes, I think your channel has turned into Mythic Legions.
I love Mythic Legions, man.
I love how much that line has enthralled you and how excited you are about it. It is fun to see just how when a collector discovers a new line and has that fresh joy. I'm being sincere about it. I'm not being sarcastic about it. I
don't
have
feel like you're being sarcastic about it.
Enjoyed you diving into that with a wild abandon that your bank account regrets.
I know that's the fact. It's nothing's ever going to replace Transformers or Star Wars.
Oh, those are famous last words.
No, it would have happened already at this point. But there's just something about these figures that are they're just so much fun. You can I'm taking a figure and ripping his arms and legs off, and that's fine. That's what they want you to do. And I'm gonna replace it with some zombie parts.
Mike, you need to
I
understand.
got this zombie right here. Like that's just kind of fun. So I got for my birthday, my wife got me 4 of the 3 of the zombie building kits, and I had one.
You answer, bull lady, Mike. You answer.
Oh, I got the dragon. I got the dragon. Or the dragon got me. Either way.
Oh, it looks like bull lady did too.
Bull lady also did. Bull lady.
Did Dan get a dragon?
Dan actually did get a dragon.
After all that,
and if he tells you he didn't, he's lying.
Is he trying to keep it? Is he trying to keep it secret? Does he not want people?
100%. Well, his wife's gonna make him get a dragon. Kate was all about.
She deserves a dragon. You know what?
That's what I was saying. That's literally what I said.
Dragon. He's not getting a dragon.
She's getting the dragon. Though I'm assuming he's probably going to sell off some of the figures. I think, as a lot of people are.
So that's going to be the major aftermarket, or is it going to be a glut of everyone selling off these figures to try and pay for their dragons?
So a lot of them are really they're just they're like army builders, and the only way to army build them is to either buy them aftermarket or buy a bunch of dragons, because there isn't a way just to buy them by themselves.
Shoot, which side does this go on?
I don't know, Dan. I almost called you Dan. Wow. I don't know, man.
You son of a...
I know. Oh.
You know, that's hurtful.
I know. If Dan ever finds out, I'll be in so much trouble.
If Dan ever finds, I'm here.
Oh, I guess.
I'm here when you... Oh, you...
I guess.
Bastardo. Listen, I would have made you a sidekick, but he got to you first.
Yeah. No.
Just because his channel has viewers.
Well, the thing is, I was never meant to be a sidekick. I'm a main character, baby.
That's what every sidekick says.
But
to themselves.
There was a time in my life that I thought I would eventually catch up to him in Toy Galaxy
and then supplant him.
Plan? Yeah, 100%. Because when I first started watching Toy Galaxy, like he had maybe 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers, and I was in the thousands. Like I wasn't that far behind him. And then he just kept getting more subscribers real fast.
And that's when your plan began to foment.
100%.
I'm going to be so charmingly adorable
That's what it is.
and supportive. I'm going to be at the top of his patron list. I'm going to.
Honestly, I have no idea how that happened.
You liar.
No, I don't. Well, the hard part, apparently Greg really likes me, and apparently that's really hard to do. Greg apparently doesn't really like
He doesn't
me.
even like Dan.
Exactly.
I mean, I love Smug Starscream so much. I love just him, just pure jerk.
Oh, you got to get that smug face.
That's the only one. That's the only face. Is this like? I'm actually shocked that this did not come with like the cape and the crown, because it seems like it's a prerequisite for
like,
every Starscream release now.
So that Starscream release feels like they were going to do a lot more with it, and then they didn't have the budget or something. I don't know.
I mean, or they just decided to hold it back and they realized they could milk it for another release.
Something like that.
Okay, so those are mirrored, so that doesn't matter.
I'm trying to decide how much I want to mix and match this zombie with the armor. Like,
can you? I mean, does it look like maybe the pieces have fallen off? Can you mix and match it that way? Is there a way to do like partial pieces?
Yes. Well, partial in the sense that thigh or no thigh.
Are we ordering?
Well, I am sort of I'm partial to a good thigh.
I mean, I think the greatest place that Transformers ever arrived at as a toy line is when they went, do they need to transform?
So Action Masters?
I mean, yeah. Look at that. Just
it's good.
Much like his voice actor, I'm sure he would be doing stand up.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, Chris is a lot of.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I did it.
You did that.
I did it.
You made that joke.
Okay. I'm happy. I'm so happy this thing's finally together. Thank you to YOLO Park for sending this over. It is a real treat and a surprise that they were willing to do this. I mean, this is the one, honestly, I was waiting more than Optimus or Megatron.
That's crazy. Why?
This is Starscream and Cobra Commander were the two that imprinted the most as a kid. So this is the one I was most excited about.
Starscream.
If I had just gotten those and not this one, I would have just been so depressed and disappointed about not having the Starscream.
So it's specifically the Starscream character, not like the Seeker mold.
No, it's the Starscream character and the performance by Chris Latta. I mean, that just imprinted heavily as a kid. So, it's not Starscream, even Starscream, this character, as other people have voiced him over the years.
Yeah. I mean, we've had Steve Buscemi, Steve Bloom. That's all I could think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, there've been a few. And they've gone weird sometimes. Like, I'm going to be the one who reinvents what Starscream is. It's like, yeah, okay.
Well, like that one time that they made Starscream kind of a good guy. In, what was it, Armada?
No, I mean, if they just look, I am Starscream. I am a Seeker. I don't know. Was that a version that happened at some point? Did they got Antonio Banderas? Did that happen?
I don't remember Antonio Banderas ever voicing Starscream, but now I kind of want him to.
Megatron, I will control the Decepticons. Okay, maybe I would be sold on that. Take it all back.
Sort of a Puss in Boots vibe.
Oh, okay. Well, that's over. I want to show real quick because we never got in the for technical reasons we didn't get to the new acquisitions portion of Victoria's stream earlier.
Oh,
So I had
that's true.
all these things pulled out. So I'm just going to show them before
Show
I
them off. Oh, don't
toss
you
them
have
to the side.
more stories to tell? You were gonna like, oh my god, so
I'm
many
gonna I'm
stories
gonna
to
I'm gonna
tell.
tell them a second as I'm opening up the ones in question. But let me
Okay.
get this stuff out of the way. So I finally got this in trying to finish my Jabba collection.
Oh, so what are the odds that the goo is still gooey?
Absolutely none. I'm sure it is a little tiny briquette. Also, yum.
Yeah, yum.
This one's for you.
Not a food item.
Not
Do
a
not.
food, but it is non toxic. So come on, you can't have it both ways, Hasbro.
Says
Yeah,
you.
it's got the frogs in it, and it's not slime. It's play gel.
There we
I'm
go.
not a big fan of this sculpt of Jabba. I don't know how I feel about the maybe a little too close to home, sort of
Well,
the moves of it all.
I feel like that's pretty accurate for Phantom Menace Jabba, which is right behind A New Hope Jabba, the original A New Hope Jabba, not the human A New Hope Jabba, but the original special edition A New Hope Jabba for being the worst looking Jabba.
I am putting together, or I put together the YOLO Park Starscream release, and Mike is putting together what is specifically Mythic Legion is that?
So this is the green evil armory knight, but then I have a bunch of zombie parts from the undead zombie builder, so I just kind of swapped some parts off of him and kind of turned him into a zombie knight. Trying to decide, how much of a zombie I want to make him versus how much of the knight. Like I have the whole leg here, but this one I've got the thigh and the foot of the zombie.
What if he was
Kind of
missing
same,
a foot? Can you take the foot off?
just a straight foot. He
Yeah,
wouldn't be able to stand.
but he's like he's got the stump on one side, sort of at
I
an
mean,
angle,
you absolutely
or
can.
turn the foot backward.
Like he just wouldn't have anything down
What does
there.
it look like with the foot is like backward but at an angle, like it's inverted inside, like twisted around? Well, do that with the
Sure, like that.
other way, like it's in, yeah, like that.
Well, that's kind of what I'm doing with this one right here.
What if he's like high kicking, like he's like maybe he did dance?
How many high kicking zombies do you know?
How many zombies do you know?
At least 3.
That's like remove Jabba's head and pour in the glob and frogs. Insert
So
the
is this
can.
I've always wondered, is this like a one-time use thing? Like what do you do after you
No,
push
so
all the glob out?
insert the can. So the can is what's the stopper to keep the slime in the head.
Right.
And then you put it down the body. So basically, I mean, this just shows, I guess, don't do it on the carpet.
Like he's vomiting. Yeah.
Reattach the parts to make Jabba complete, like emotionally, I'm assuming. Squeeze the Hutt's head to ooze his slimy treat. Oh, they did it for the rhyme. They went for a rhyme at the end.
I don't like it.
Reattach the parts to make Jabba complete. Squeeze the Hutt's head to ooze his slimy treat.
I don't like it at all.
Too late. I don't like the lumpiness. Like it looks like he's having a serious medical moment when you see like the frog bits in there.
Yeah, like it's like that's what he just ate. He's vomiting. He's just vomiting.
Like this is, it's like overdose Jabba.
Yeah.
Like someone
you have to roll him over so he doesn't choke on his own vomit.
Like this is right before he gets sent to rehab. This is, it was like Jabba, man, you gotta you're hurting the organization. He's one hungry Hutt. Please the mighty Jabba by feeding him his favorite snack, Jabba Glob. This dripping frog-filled delicacy is found only on Jabba's home planet of Tatooine.
That's not his home planet.
Exactly. Where's Pablo Hidalgo? Be sure not to eat any yourself. Glob is for Hutts, not humans.
Glob is for Hutts, not humans.
That kid is totally gonna eat that Jabba Glob.
That kid is about to dip a finger in and just.
That kid is eyeing that Jabba Glob.
Mwah, just mwah.
I'm gonna baby bird it back into the can. Oh, hey, Jedi points. I got Jedi Master points.
Yeah, I get those Jedi Master points. Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like both the shoulder pads on there.
And let me tell you another thing.
Like that jaw falling off of his face.
Is that your mansplaining zombie?
Women don't actually earn less than men. He's incel, man.
All of my opinions are undead. Oh, I have a candidate. I recently acquired this for your Black Series Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah?
Because I think he's every bit as good as another similar figure that already made it into the Hall of Fame.
Uh-oh.
Because I think it is one of...
You can't hold us to standards. And
one of the absolute best sculpts and paint jobs in the photoreal era.
Uh-huh.
That really does capture the actor. Can you guess what it is?
No, I'm really bad at guessing. There's so many things to guess. Admiral Piet?
Admiral Piet.
We just put Veers in.
You put Veers in like 6 months ago. It is.
Well, that was only like 5 episodes ago, to be fair.
I think that the Piet, as a representation of that actor.
I don't disagree with you, but I just hesitate to have that many Imperial Navy officers in the top.
You know what? But it's the quality of the figure. I understand your concern.
I'm not saying he's not quality.
I do think Eddie's a one and done. You're never going to get another Piet, and you don't.
We don't need another Piet. Yeah,
you absolutely do not need another version. I was just looking at it as a representation of a character.
No, you're not wrong. And
or attach him to the Veers entry as an
Veers subline A.
Yeah.
Also,
he also covers Piet.
Yeah.
That's my motion. I submit that motion to Black Series Cantina.
I'll run it up the chain. I'm not in charge of that though, so I don't know.
You know, he was in the thumbnail, so we should talk about him for half a second.
Oh yeah,
the Shizor,
Prince Shizor.
I didn't think I would get this. I honestly thought I would pass on this, but it's so ridiculous that this 30 years later.
Help, I'm falling and I can't get up.
And he's such a yutz. You look at him and you go, oh, what that smug pheromonal bastard.
That guy wants to have so much sex with Princess Leia.
You know he had something with Ki-Adi-Mundi on the side.
Oh, for sure. Both sexual predators. It's probably like...
In fact, Ki-Adi-Mundi probably made the I'm falling and I can't get up joke.
Oh, for sure. So what happens is Shizor had the island. Ki-Adi-Mundi's on all the flight logs.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there was a lot of special trips to go do some Jedi business.
For sure.
Yeah, no, I mean it's got the hard rubber instead of the soft goods for most of it for Luke. For Land Speeder Luke, so that's covered. I mean the sculpt is great. You know this is going to be in your Hall of Fame at some point.
I'm sure at some point it will be.
When it qualifies.
Just for the novelty of, like, I just never thought that we would get anything from Shadows of the Empire in the Black Series. Like, that's so random. And it's not just that. We're getting so much more.
I mean, I certainly don't need Dash Rendar.
You know you're going to get Dash Rendar, though.
Shut up. I don't.
You know you're going to get Chewbacca as Snuva.
I'm not going to get Chewbacca as Snuva unless we get holiday special Chewbacca before that.
You can make your own holiday special Chewbacca.
You make your own holiday special Chewbacca.
Let's go buy some fabric.
And an
Just put it on
Acmina.
him.
Give me my
Yeah.
Acmina.
All right.
In both scales.
All right.
And a hot toy.
Would you buy a hot toy for real?
Of Acmina?
Yeah.
Oh, if money were not an object, like I
It,
didn't have
well,
budget
of course.
concerns, if
Of course.
such a thing
Of course.
existed,
Of course.
yeah, I would. I absolutely would. Because what kind of a miraculous anything can happen world would we live in? That's positive that we would get such redemption that an Acmina figure would get a hot toy.
What is the trying to decide what the most mainstream character we're least likely to get? Like from obviously like from a movie. Like main character in a movie that we're least likely to get in the line, and why is it Shmi Skywalker?
You think it's? I mean, we have gotten. Shmi at least has gotten a figure release at some
Okay,
point.
well,
So it's not.
I mean in Black Series specifically, but yeah, she's only gotten one in all of 3.75 inch, right?
I mean, that's still better than some characters.
That's true, I guess. But like, I would argue she's like a mainish character. Like she's Anakin's mom. She clearly had a thing with Qui-Gon while they were on Tatooine together, and like that's just the subtext is there. Is all I'm saying.
I think we would sooner get a Shmi Skywalker than we would a Crix Maydeen.
No, we're definitely getting a Crix Maydeen.
You think we get a Crix before we got Mon Mothma from Return of the Jedi?
Probably because we already technically got him on Mothma, and it sort of works for.
Here's a question.
Return of the Jedi.
I don't know if you followed the Marvel Legends stuff at all.
Yeah, I do.
You saw the announcement and that they're releasing the Thunderbolts as 2-packs.
Yeah, that was
for
interesting.
Major characters.
Yeah.
We've been getting a lot of 2-packs coming out of Black Series.
Yep.
I'm wondering if that is a move for budgetary reasons.
I think
that
so.
They're moving the line in, figuring, hey, you're going to be getting these anyway.
Yep.
They're packed together. That saves us on packaging.
Yep.
And it's a single unit. We're only dealing with that one SKU for this unit.
Yep.
And that there's some kind of factor that's going to be what they're moving to in a lot of cases where they can package these things together.
Well, a lot of it for me is like, I love the actor, I love the character, but how many Red Guardians do you need? Like this is like the third or fourth Red Guardian they've made in the line.
But they also released originally the mainline Red Guardian they released was the flashback version. It wasn't even the one that was in the most of the film, the older version of Red Guardian.
Didn't they eventually do one though from the older one?
In a 2-pack.
Oh, was it in a 2-pack?
In a 2-pack with his wife.
That's right. It was.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Or the Black Widow that.
Right.
Played by what's her name from The Mummy? Who was the lead in The Mummy?
I'm
sorry. I actually have interviewed her too.
Don't do this to me. Anytime someone puts me on the spot like that,
I know. I've seen Dan do it. I've seen how it breaks down Dan's streams too.
It like I know this. If any other time, it's Rachel Weisz.
Yes, I knew that.
Any other time, I could come up with her name like that. But as soon as you put me on the spot where you don't remember it, my brain goes, "You also don't remember it."
It was so awkward during your vows.
It was really awkward.
Hold on, I'll get it. Jeez.
No, my wife was really mad at me during my vows. First of all, I was a little drunk, just a little bit. Secondly, I vowed to love her despite how snotty she gets sometimes, because she tends to have she tends to get like allergies really bad, and like she'll like stay awake all night.
Oh,
like,
I thought you meant like snotty, like yeah.
No, like physically snot going down her mouth.
So mucusy.
Yeah, mucusy. She didn't like that I brought that up.
You brought that was in the vows. You put that.
Yeah, it was in the vows, and I'm like, well, and then every time it happens, I'm like, well, I can't leave you. I specifically vowed for this.
Yeah, well, that's a moment.
Yeah.
You think
I should have written my vows down? Is what I should have done.
So how badly do you want a howler in Black Series?
I love one. Guys, I love animals in the 6-inch scale, and I definitely would love that. I don't need. I mean, I guess I would like it if they did the Sabine like that, just like they did. But
It's
I
a
just
Walmart
don't know if I need
exclusive
an.
with the punch.
Yeah, I just don't know if I need another Sabine. Just give us the poncho, and like I just use the Sabine I already got.
They'll never do that. Why would they do that? They can sell you poncho version that.
But I feel like it's more expensive to make that than it is just to give me a poncho.
You don't know how things work.
I don't. I really don't.
Yeah, I think it was a. It's amazing to start getting creatures again after how much people
Yeah,
complained
you got a
about. They're not doing
blur.
them anymore.
Yeah, you got a
Well,
blur. You got a that whatever that is.
and at Kilnaka
You got
recently,
Kalnaka. Yeah,
still do not have Vernestra. What did I get? I didn't get Vernestra, and I from that wave or the
Basil.
Dagon.
Oh, Dagon.
Uh, I haven't released the armed version yet, right? That's still.
No, that's the Amazon exclusive with the Commando droid.
I don't know if I'm getting that.
I am.
Of course you
I
are.
am. I know.
Uh,
But I'm not a completionist anymore.
and yes, I did get. So, what do you think
I'm.
about the new Leia in it?
I mean, I think it looks a lot better. Like it's crazy how much better that face sculpt looks. The helmet looks better. Like I feel like the body's a little more proportioned. There we go.
This is how you don't tear the edge of the flaps.
It's got a little thumb thing in the middle. You just pull by that.
That thumb, then you get, and it gets caught on the edges, and you always tear.
I guess my box is going straight into the recycling after I open it.
No,
anyway.
you're moving with it. You're moving with
No, I'm
all
not.
of it.
No, I'm not. I'm
Are
getting
you,
rid of so many boxes.
I'm assuming you all are not doing a self move.
I mean, I don't know, honestly. I don't want to look at what it costs to do until I know exactly when we're moving and what we're moving into. Because like at our current house, we have 2 different sets of couches, which if we get the house that we put a bid on, we don't have room for 2 different sets of couches in that.
Well, then you
Because it
need to
only
put a
has
bid on a
one living
different
room area.
house
Yeah, okay. Or we just get rid
or
of
the
one of our sets
basement.
of couches.
That's where the other couch goes.
In fact, I'm probably going to get rid of both sets of couches. We're going to return our Costco couch back to Costco, and we're just going to repurchase it when we get there.
They should allow that service anyway. Are you
feel like
moving?
they
You're going to get
should.
the same couch in the new place?
I might.
Give us your old couch here.
Yeah, right?
That's fine, right?
Well, they don't have to move it. Costco takes back stuff like that anyways.
Thermal detonator. Oh, no. Don't you roll away. Yeah, I'm going to V you in. So how did no one know that this helmet was a resculpt on the
I feel like until you put it side by
did
side.
Hasbro but why isn't Hasbro
I feel
saying
like they
these
did.
things?
I feel like they did mention it when they I remember hearing that when they first introduced it, but I feel like a lot of people didn't care because
so excited for the Luke.
Well, they were so excited for the Luke, but like, how different can it possibly be? Like it looks the same at a cursory glance. Without seeing them side by side, I wouldn't be able to tell you which one's which, probably.
So how would you rank the Luke Skywalker head sculpts that we've gotten so far?
Oh God. All of them?
No. Well, the ones that are in your top 3.
Okay. Well, I think
your third one has to be the absolute worst.
Oh, what? Okay.
And
I'm
talking sculpts, so let's not
Right.
bring paint jobs into it.
Okay. So I think the worst is probably the original Tatooine Luke. I think that's the worst.
So on a scale of 10 to Galaxy's Edge Luke.
Oh God.
That's a Galaxy's Edge Luke.
Sure. Yeah. Or like it's Luke Skywalker in spirit. Sure. It's definitely got his name on it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think the best face sculpt, the one that looks most like Mark Hamill, is the Snowspeeder Luke.
Really?
Yeah, with Dagobah Luke being a close second.
Yeah, I just something about this, like his
It doesn't really look. It looks more like. It looks like the
it's something
exact
in the
same.
chin. It's
Yeah.
something that the chin is a little too
Yes. Jay
swollen.
Leno.
Well, it just looks swollen.
It looks too big. Yeah.
Like he looks like he should be like a young babyface wrestler.
Yeah. For sure.
And it's weird that they can't. It's like we were talking. It's like Diego Luna. Like, how can you not capture this? Or Pedro
I
Pascal?
feel like they've gotten close with Diego Luna with like the most recent one, but it's still not quite there. But it's close. See, I'm just gonna keep mine on the shelf like that. Like he's just gonna be an Imperial or Coruscant guard.
And he could have been so much more.
Same whenever I get the TIE fighter pilot Cassian, he's just gonna be a TIE fighter pilot on my shelf.
I mean, the only thing for me that neck joint. Why is it still like that disc is so bad? Like the paint is not the same color. It's got
Yeah.
like what the heck's going on here?
She looks discolored for sure.
But the face, I mean, I guess you're gonna have it.
Well, it's because they couldn't change the whole body. They just did a new face. And I think I think the rubber's new, like a little rubber overlay thing.
Is it
Or it's slightly different.
I know what they that the backpack is the backpack slightly different?
I feel like all of that might be slightly different, like even the shoulder piece.
And I didn't see the complaints about the arm length once they shorten the torso as much as most people do. And most people's arms do fall down to mid
Yeah.
thigh.
Yeah.
And also, most of the time, you're not going to have her in a straight down arm pose.
No,
You're going to have her
she's gonna
holding something, or you're never
holding
going
the
to.
little spear thing or
I
whatever,
swear,
the force
collectors
bike.
complain
Yeah.
about anything.
They just want to complain. If it's not 100% perfect or something they love where they can overlook that it's not 100%
And there's the
perfect.
other TVC Sabine. So she's going to wear the new correctly sized helmet
Yeah.
rather than that actual
Bobblehead.
full size bucket
Yeah.
that she had.
The Black Series head helmet she came with.
And also got the Epic Hero
Oh, nice.
version of
I am looking
SM33.
forward. I'm looking forward to the Black Series version of that.
So I think this, I'm going to take the chrome pen to
Oh,
and then do a wash over it and see how that looks.
that would look good.
Because for $10 figure, I can justify, yeah, I'm gonna
Sure.
customize
And
that.
what's cool about him is he kind of changes size, so scale isn't that big of a deal.
I mean, yeah, he is bigger than
Yeah.
most of the figures, but I can
The Epic Heroes is 4 inches, isn't it? Instead of 3.75.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is weird. Just what are you doing, Hasbro? Please.
They don't want you to use your imagination. You can't have fun with your toys.
I mean, it feels like a shame to have her in the helmet with that new head sculpt.
With the new hub sculpt, yeah.
Is that how they get people to buy a second one? What
Buy a
did you
second
think
one.
of the Savage?
So far he's my figure of the year.
Really? What
Yeah.
makes him the front runner?
I feel like he's got a certain je ne sais quoi. Like he's just kind of. I had a lot of fun just posing him. I like that he came with his axe and the lightsaber, even though the lightsaber does suck paint wise. For sure, it's like the worst part of him. But I just feel like they did a really good job with the face sculpt and paint. The body, it's got a ton of paint on it, like a deceptive amount of paint, really. And like I said, I just had a lot of fun just messing around with him.
Do his ankles seem a bit weak on yours?
On one of mine, the ankle is week.
Yeah, I've
So
noticed he keeps giving way.
what I'll probably do, I got that Kiki fixed loose joint, and I'll probably tighten it up a little bit with that. I haven't had a chance to yet, though.
Because he's going to be a tumbler on the shelf. He's going to be a tumbler.
Oh man, so there had to have been an earthquake or something when I was gone. When I came back, I had a bunch of figures on the floor, and I lost the was it the Imperial light cruiser Luke snapped his blade right off his
What is
right
it
off
with
the
you?
lightsaber.
If I'm shocked that you still display them with their blades, considering
So I
how
don't know
often.
why I don't anymore, but for whatever reason, I've never had a problem with that one. So he's been on my shelf with a lightsaber for forever.
That's how the
Uh,
universe gets you, though. He lulls you into that
yeah.
false sense of everything's cool. Speaking, I did
Oh, you got ET.
a trade. Got this for $15.
Nice.
So it's the deluxe ultimate. So it has the full satellite, the
Mm-hmm.
communicator, dish, light up feature. I mean, I would have preferred the deluxe drunk version, but can't have everything.
You can if you have enough money.
People keep saying that. I wish I had more money.
Me too.
Yeah, they got the Evazan in.
Doctor, he didn't go to 7 years of Evans school just to
You
be
and I
called
both
Mr.
know he did
Evans.
not go to school.
He did not go
Also, mansplaining.
for sure. He's a doctor the same way Dr. Pepper is a doctor.
But I like how he puts other people's feelings first.
Sure, he doesn't like you. I'm just letting you
I
know.
don't like you
Communicating to you.
either,
I
but
also don't like you.
yeah. But card back of the year. Over it, Jawa.
He's just like,
Here's the thing. I think that's a monkey.
It does look like it. Look at those hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they dressed a monkey up as a Jawa and just had him on set.
Oh my god. They probably did, honestly.
I mean,
I wouldn't put it past them. Like what? Like wasn't the original emperor? Wasn't he? He was that lady with like a orangutan eyes superimposed over her face or something.
yeah. But this totally looks like just for set dressing.
No, that's 100% a monkey for sure.
Those are not
Yeah.
actors' hands made
No.
up.
Yes, Slipshot Average. Dr. Pepper was a doctor, but I'm talking about a can of soda. I'm talking about a
But he was
literal can of
also
soda.
aspirational, because wouldn't you like to be a Pepper too?
Sure.
So yeah, that was one of those weird discoveries to have for Star Wars lore. They dressed up monkeys
Man,
as Jawas.
his eyes do just look so
Right?
dejected.
Right?
He's just over this shit.
I mean, if you were a monkey just minding your own business and in the desert, wouldn't you just be like, I'm done? What are you even doing?
Why am I here? It's so hot.
I'm covered in fur and you dressed me in
You dressed
this.
me in a burlap sack. This is the worst.
For scale. We got this. Shout out to the folks at DK. Before you'll ever get them in the Black Series or TVC, folks.
That's fun.
Palpatine After Dark. Yeah, we're nearly. Last thing I'll show is the Disney thing that I got. That I showed. Did a little short if people want to see it. So the DuckTales figures that Fat Mojo put out for the DuckTales 2017 series.
Yeah.
Had one wave, one and done. And then the line was canceled. But I think it was Toy Fair. They showed off what would have been the second wave, which was supposed to have Della Duck, and I think Darkwing was maybe even in there, but also a Gizmo Duck. And the Gizmo Duck would have come with Fenton Crackshell Cabrera.
Of course.
And the line got
Voiced by
canceled.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
and the line got canceled.
Right,
And
which is a tragedy.
which people have learned more about the idea of tax write-offs.
Mm-hmm.
They had already produced the figures and destroyed them for a tax write-off, so they never got a release. I had heard about the time there was an attempt to try and get that production run secured to include them as a pack-in the deluxe edition of the Art of DuckTales book, but they never got back to me on it. I thought it would have been a fun way to save that run.
Sure, I would have bought 2 books.
Well, Frank Angonis, the head writer on the show, clued me into it. It was like, oh, these things exist, and I've seen it. Don't have it. Would love. There's got to be a way, and no, there was not a way. But on eBay last year, I think sometime, the Fenton figure.
Oh wow!
Showed up on eBay.
There he is. He very much exists.
So the Fenton was like, okay, well, these made their way out, and it was a 2-pack of the Fenton and the Gizmo Duck was supposed to be the release, but now it's still okay. Well, at least we got this. Like, it's remarkable that this made its way out. Week and a half ago, I saw someone post, oh, hey, the Gizmo Ducks are on eBay. There's like a person selling a lot of them, and they were almost gone by the time I saw the post on the listing. And it wasn't inexpensive, but it was like, I'm going to kick myself if I do not get this thing. So
there he is.
It does not come with the accessories that I think there would have been various things you could plug in rockets, and I think maybe a pie throwing arm. But it's really, really great on model sculpt. The paint job is perfect what it needs to be.
How does it stand up?
It does not. So I don't know if it was supposed to come with some type of stand.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is no way. So I've been doing in the background some 3D models of the various characters.
You could probably 3D print a little.
So what I'm thinking, what we were thinking of for that was essentially like tire smoke, but it nestles down into it and the smoke comes out, but it's got a nice flat surface, and that's what locks it in place. Because all you'd have to do to keep the wheel from spinning is put a little stopper in there.
Yeah, the top there, yeah.
But yeah, so it nestles in. But yeah, the head turns, you got just an arm swivel. It's not, I mean, but it's Gizmo Duck. You're not expecting a lot of range out of it.
Yeah.
There's no other articulation beyond the wheel spinning. But the whole idea was you were supposed to be able to put the Fenton in there. It is the worst possible position to put the thing in but the Fenton doesn't fit in easily. Like, he's taller. There's no real way to get it in.
Is it going sideways?
So yeah, I figured it was just like, oh yeah, Fenton's in there. He's controlling Gizmo Duck.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, as getting something that it never was supposed to get out.
Yeah, you have the toy police are going to come knock on your door.
So another batch appeared recently on eBay. So if people are still looking for it, who knows? I mean, keep an eye out.
What was your opinion on the Tailspin episode of that show?
I mean, I enjoyed it, but I knew the context of what it was. What was your thought?
Oh, I liked it because I thought I like anything that sort of moves the story forward instead of just rehashes the whole thing. But a lot of people had the same complaints they did with like Luke Skywalker in the sequel trilogy. They didn't like that Kit Cloud Kicker is like this loser.
There's no way that Kit Cloud Kicker is going to be raised by Baloo.
Right.
And not turn out like Kit Cloud Kicker turned out in that episode.
I agree. 100%.
Still a good character. Still a good person. Just not terribly motivated.
So did Baloo die of a heart attack or
no?
Or did he go off with Mrs. Cunningham, Rebecca Cunningham?
Uh, my understanding is that there would be a search for Baloo that would have
Ah,
happened in a spinoff
okay.
because that was intended to spin off the same way
Gotcha.
Darkwing Duck was already queued up to have a
To
spinoff.
have a spinoff, yeah.
And boy, the Darkwing Duck stuff was so funny and fun.
Oh
What was
man,
planned for that?
I love that they got Jim Cummings to be Negaduck in that, like the way that worked out.
Yeah, no, and in life,
Yeah,
uh,
right.
yeah, no, the plans for all that.
Were
Uh,
they gonna spin off Rescue Rangers, or is that just like a weird like background
that was
thing?
not that was not planned
Okay,
for a spinoff. That was a fun sort of way to incorporate them into the
gotcha.
world.
I like that they made them like life size, but like it's like super small, like because that's what they would be. Just
I
I
love
liked
that
that a
runner
lot.
in the
Yeah.
back of that episode of just them
Yes,
quietly constructing
constructing the blimp thing.
the
Yeah,
blimp, and
yeah.
uh, these are probably some of my favorite
Ah,
recent figures. And just to make it creepy, we got the alternate heads.
of course.
But I've had a complicated relationship with NECA
Sure,
figures,
sure.
particularly when it was NECA wafer for how quickly they would break.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but these feel like the old Palisades
Oh,
Muppet
really?
figures. They have. I mean, the scale is right. The paint jobs are what you would want. I mean, that is spot on representation. The articulation is great for what it is. I mean, you've seen the poses you can get them into. Uh, and the one thing you don't see a lot of nowadays that everything's fallen is their accessory game on these figures.
I love they come with letters.
You got the A
Yeah.
and C.
Do you think they're gonna come out with like a pinball, a NECA pinball? So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Well, I mean, they're coming out with all the numbers. You can assemble your own song.
I guess that's true.
But you got Bert's Book of Boring Stories. The portrait I have over there of the two of them that's hanging on the wall. So I don't have that. You got the Boy Oh Boy box of cigars.
With the paper clips.
The paperclip collection.
Yeah.
And the bottle cap collection on the board. So yeah, I am currently hoping to locate the Count that's coming out. Very excited about that. So let's get into a tale.
Yeah,
To
spin
tell,
me a yarn.
and this will be our tale to bring us in because this is the last
Okay.
batch of stuff.
Sure.
But so I've had Hasbro Pulse pre-orders on a bunch of the Black Series stuff. Well, I mean most of the Star Wars stuff. Just because
Right.
I like the idea that you could change your payment method easy, which for some reason Amazon's made difficult to do now.
Isn't that weird? I've noticed that too.
Yeah, that was a surprise, not a pleasant one. It's like, what do you mean I have to call you to change my payment method because it's not going through on the website? You haven't charged anything yet. Why is this thing? What are you, Walmart? So the problem with Hasbro Pulse, I don't know how many outstanding pre-orders you have on Hasbro Pulse right now.
A few.
Have you noticed that they're shipping like long after everyone else is?
Yep. I have noticed that.
Like to an unbelievable delay.
Yeah, I feel like one of the last people to get anything recently.
And it's you would think Pulse would be the place that should be shipping out first.
First, yes.
Or at least concurrently.
Yeah.
So
not so far behind.
So the and I also had that Cody pre-order sitting with Walmart, which still shows what, like a June release date?
June release, because I haven't found it in person, so
And then Yak Face did their post about
Yeah.
that shipper showing up.
Yep.
And I thought, I haven't been too happy with some of the face applications, particularly on the clones recently when it comes
Sure.
to alignment on the clone paint.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be nice to be able to compare. I'll go see if I have 2 Walmarts close in town. If it's there, just go check. I tried calling, that was not fruitful. And so I went to the one Walmart, showed up, looked around, could not see anything sitting in the aisles, could not see anything in the action figure aisle.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm walking out the back way towards the back wall. And I'm by the preschool stuff, facing the back wall, and on an end cap, there was the shipper set up. So set up on a vertical end cap, not in the center of an aisle. It was like
It's
set
so
up like it was the
random.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. And a Cody was there. So I got the Cody because I was able to compare.
Yep.
And I don't know about you. We had texted about this briefly, but I'll reiterate it here. There's something flat and cartoony that's going
Mm-hmm.
back into this face printing.
I agree.
That there's just a lack of, maybe it's, I think it's because the white is so solid on
Yeah.
the eyes now. Like
Yeah.
it's printed in the perfect shape, but there's no subtlety to how that.
There, there's no blending. There's
Yeah.
no shading. Yeah.
And again, I don't know if they're not doing a certain pass or they're not programming it, or, whatever the guidelines they're sending. It's not
Right.
got that sort of subtlety to it. So it was very disappointing. But I picked it up and canceled that pre-order. And while I was there, I thought the same thing about, you know what? I have the same worries about the Anakin
Sure.
because, I don't want to have a surprise on that. And they had Anakin there, so I thought I'll compare. And so I picked up the Anakin and got a good alignment. A lot of them, the eyes were printed like half on the eyelids.
Mm-hmm.
So I was happy about that. I don't know how happy I am about the figure overall compared to the other one.
I'm not really a fan of the soft goods. Like mine, I haven't opened mine yet, but like the soft goods look awful.
His shoulders aren't as broad.
No, they're like slopey.
Yeah, which is odd when you're wearing like specifically linebacker type armor to
Right.
that bulks up that upper portion. Yeah, I don't know if I'll go to the extent of kit bashing the two together, but I also decided because it was there for the same reasons as the Cody to get the Rex,
Sure.
which really does not compare well to that original face printed Rex release
Yeah.
from what is it now? 6 years ago?
Yep. 2017,
Uh
18, yeah.
so that was what was there. I did not get the Moff Gideon. I did not get the what is the Imperial what is the
Praetorian Guard.
Praetorian Guard. Did
I
not
got
get
one of
him.
those. Yeah.
They had a bunch of TVC Lando figures from their stockpile of things just to throw on the shipper display. And there was one other one that was there. Maybe it was just the Moff Gideon. And the one that was not there was Cassian.
Did they have Director Krennic?
They did not have Krennic. But I don't think Krennic's in the initial shipper display. I think that's for the restock.
Gotcha.
So Cassian wasn't there. And I wasn't.
Yeah, I think only the shipper's only getting like one Cassian.
So I wasn't too put out about it at the time.
Sure.
And I went home and I started thinking about it, which is always a problem. It's like, you know what? Hasbro Pulse is never going to ship that thing anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
I already canceled the pre-order for the Anakin and the Rex. Like maybe I'll call the other Walmart and see if they have their shipper out. Call the other Walmart. Shipper, they knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
They seemed to say it was in the back, but no one had set it up. But they were going to set it up in the morning, first thing, and just show up at opening. And there's also this Professor X figure that I was trying to track down at Target.
Right.
That has been nightmare of a lot of Target stuff. And they also said, "Oh, we should have a shipment. We show them coming in. They should be in the morning." So my bad approach to life was like, okay, I stay up late anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart opens at 6 a.m. Target opens at 8. I have a record in the afternoon. I could still get some sleep in. Why don't I do the really dumb thing and just stay up, drive to Walmart at opening, walk in, hopefully grab that thing there, and then wait an hour and go to Target by the time I get out and go get it done, and it's done. And I'm good. Don't have to think about this anymore.
Yeah, right.
So I do that thing. I do the ridiculous thing. I show up at 6 a.m. at Walmart, talk to somebody who has no idea what I'm talking about. There is nothing out on the floor. There's still the store is pretty much empty. There's still people, employees walking around stocking things. I circle the aisles. I go over to electronics to see if maybe it was set up over there. I ask. They don't know what I'm talking about. Then they say, so-and-so is not in yet. He's like in an hour, and then he'll stock it if it's back there. But we don't see anything. Okay. So then my plan adjusts to, well, I'll go to the Target, and then I'll come back to the Walmart. Or call and at least see if it's set up, and then I'll go grab it.
Yeah.
Wait around. Not feeling too hot because exhausted. This is not something I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, yeah.
I also made the mistake of going, well, if I'm sitting here anyway, maybe I'll get some breakfast at Taco Bell.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Because they're inexpensive.
Sure.
You know what's ridiculous? They actually have the same kind of breakfast burrito that McDonald's had for a while at the McDonald's old prices. It was like $1.50 for a bacon.
That's not bad.
Breakfast burrito.
Yeah.
And they still had hash browns for $1.
So you got a cheap breakfast.
Yeah. So I did that. So again, not making good choices.
Sure.
I sit through Target. Target was a washout too. All lies.
Mm-hmm.
We have no sign of it. It's never coming in. Why are you even asking? Nobody knows anything. You're not looking well. So I go in the parking lot. I'll just call over to the Walmart and I'll ask. They still don't know. They say, well, so-and-so is not in yet, but it'll be out by this afternoon. You check back this afternoon. So the entire reason for staying up this late, wash both places.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to go back home, go to bed. Did that, got up, did my record, and then I had an appointment I needed to get to like an hour after that. You know what? I'll swing by the Walmart.
Sure.
While I'm out. Because if it's there, I'll go ahead and pick it up. Because it'd be nice to have the Cassian Andor figure for the premiere. It's about to come out. The small joys in this life that's being so weird and awful. Let's capture that. Show up at Walmart. Walk through toys. Nothing. See someone stocking. It's like, hey, I'm looking for this thing. It's a center display. A Packer. It was supposed to have. Here's a picture of it. Supposed to be set up this afternoon. I don't see it. Yeah. It's like, I don't know where it is, but Joe, not his name. Joe will know. Hey, Joe, this guy's wondering where he says there's supposed to be a Star Wars shipper that's out, display that's out. Do you know anything about this? He looked at the picture. I'm there, I'm in my face mask because I'm not going to get sick.
Sure.
But I'm standing there, still tired, but he's like, I'll go look. Let's go. We can go look at. I'll look in the back. Okay. And I'm standing there, and he's starting to walk away, and I'm thinking, okay. Well, if it's back there, I'll want him to tell me, so I'll save him the walk back to tell me if it's back there, because it's a fair distance halfway across the store to the back of the store.
You're gonna help him out a little bit.
Yeah. It's like, and then also be able to communicate if he's needs to ask me questions about like, hey, which one are you looking for? So walk back, and it's the doors behind electronics, which is in the center of the store in this layout. We walk back to the doors, and I'm standing there, and he walks to the door and he holds it open. Yeah. Oh, huh? And then he gestures with his head to walk in. It's like, what?
Like he wants you to go back with him, like you're an
Yes,
employee.
yeah. So I walk back. And it's like, oh, okay. I guess he wants me to identify what this is weird.
Yeah.
And this is a guy maybe in his late 20s.
Okay.
Not an old guy. And so I'm walking back through. It's disheveled. Let's just say there's stuff all over the place. They're in the middle of stocking. Things are half on shelves. It's not the best location to be walking through, and things are in the center. There's squeeze by things, and we're looking down these aisles. And well, he's looking. I'm just there following him, and then we get to a box that is marked with Hasbro and Star Wars. Big cardboard box on a wooden pallet, and he goes, "Do you think is this it?" I was like, "I mean, it looks like it might be it." And he cuts it open the top, and it's clearly the shipper that's in there. And so I'm thinking he's going to open it up and ask, which one do you need? And we're done. So he's like, okay. And he had pulled it off the wooden pallet to cut it open. And then he starts putting it back on the wooden pallet. And then starts maneuvering the pallet down the aisle, like pushing it and having to move boxes because the things. And I was like, okay, well, maybe he just doesn't want to open it back here because there's not a lot of room. And he starts moving it, and he gets the little pallet roller. And then, okay, well, maybe he just wants to, like, if it needs to be opened up anyway, at least open it up where it needs to be opened up.
Yeah,
so
on the floor.
And there are other employees that are just sort of noticing what's going on, but not saying anything in that sort of double take fashion. But no one's saying anything. And I'm feeling super uncomfortable because this all feels very.
You're not supposed to be there.
Very, very not OSHA compliant.
Right.
And not the kind of liability issues you want to have potentially. Because again, stuff all over the place, active motion, stuff half on shelves. So he rolls it out. We exit the doors and think, oh, this is great. I'm glad we're out of that. Fine. We walk halfway across the store. I'm following behind him. And we finally get to the toy section. And he rolls the cart. And I'm like, okay, I can get my figure and get out of here. He goes, so do you want it here? Or where do you want it? I was like,
so he thinks you're an employee. He thinks you're like a representative.
So he thinks that I'm a representative or like a supplier or a rep that's coming in for where they're going to place the shipper box to stock it. And I'm clocking this. As soon as he said, where do you want it? I was like, oh. I'm just a customer. I think there might be some confusion here as to what just happened with this. I was just looking for this thing. That was what I was told to ask about. He's like, I took you in the back.
Yes, you did.
He's like, and I said, I'm just as confused as you are now. Yeah, I know. I just thought you gestured for me to come with you. I didn't know what you were doing, but I was just following along, man. I'm sorry. It's like, huh. And then I went, I just was wanting to get one of the figures out of there that's been hard to find. And you could tell that he's still processing all this.
Sure.
And he's going through the motions of opening it up, but still, obviously, this is, oh no, what is this? Is there going to be? Yeah. I took you in the back. And all I'm thinking is, I got to get out of here. I got to get
I need to get out of here now. I don't want to be here
I'm
anymore.
on a schedule. I need to get out. Uh, and he opens up the box, and as soon as he opens it up, the only figure that's visible in the packing is a Cassian.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking, okay, it's going to make it super awkward, but I am going to compare and see if there's a better version. There is, as you said, only one there.
Yep.
So you have this deep section for it being stocked.
And there's just one.
So there was wadded up paper and
Yeah.
Cassian at the front of it
Right.
to fill out the space. And I had already had my hand, and I was like, okay, I'm good. Thanks. I really appreciate you doing this. And I'm like, I'm getting out of here. This is awkward. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. This is. I go to the garden center is the closest checkout,
Sure. Yeah.
but there's nobody there to ring
Oh
anyone
no.
out. The
Yeah.
doors are unlocked and we're open because that's where I came in and
Sure.
parked, but there's no one at checkout.
Like they don't have the registers open there.
And I had walked past the employee who had directed me to Joe to talk to, and now I'm like, I gotta walk past them again. And maybe Joe's already gone. You know that rep that you sent over to me is not a rep. He's was just a customer, and I took him in the back, and I need this job. And I'm just thinking, I gotta get out of here. I gotta ring this up, and
but you got it,
and I got it.
That's hilarious.
So
That's
ridiculous.
So awkward. Yeah.
It has the same issue. Look at those eyes.
Yeah.
Look at
they're too white. They're like cartoonishly white.
So I'm wondering. I might ask Frederick, Frederick's Figures, about if there's a way to knock that back. Yeah. I mean, I think is it a different? Is it the same sculpt we got on the most recent?
I think it might be the same sculpt. No, I think the hair is different though.
But that would be an overlay, right? But that would be a separate piece.
The hair is a separate piece, yeah. So I think the face is the same, and the hair is a new piece, so that the helmet can go over it better.
I mean, it's certainly better,
yeah,
than what we originally got, but it's not. That Hot Toys really is the best Diego Luna.
Well, it should be for the price.
But I got the dang thing.
You got it.
I got this ridiculous thing. I'm assuming they're just talking about tonight.
Yes. That's Tom. Hi, Tom.
And we got.
Yes, I am leaving Cali. I'm sorry you never got a chance to come down.
Well, it's a shame Johnny Johnson got to come down and see him.
That's right.
It's a news radio reference for anyone who wants to. Because Jimmy James and his arch rival was Johnny Johnson.
Johnny Johnson.
As played by Patrick Warburton.
Right.
So, for our final thing to open, do you have any other Black Series that you want to open while I open
Not that I want to open right now, no.
So what's your next review?
That's a good question. I'm probably going to do...
Or you can do a wave open?
I'm probably going to do the a comparison with the 2-pack, the Luke and Leia 2-pack. I'll probably open that and then compare the Leia with the previous one.
Yeah, but you don't need to do that. Robo already did that.
I don't watch Robo stuff. I don't watch anyone else's stuff. I do my thing.
And you do it well. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He knows. He knows. So you excited about the Cassian? So is this the same body as the... Like, what is this, the TIE Fighter?
It's a whole new body. It's a brand new body.
So is this a prelude to a brand new TIE Fighter pilot?
I don't think so, because it's not a normal TIE Fighter pilot outfit. I think it's specific to the show, where it's like an experimental kind of
what's different other than that paint accent? Is there elements of that are fundamentally
the construction,
different?
The body construction is completely different.
No, I meant as far as the suit that he's wearing. How different is it, other than that red paint?
I mean, it's pretty different, but not extremely different. I guess if you didn't paint the top red and just made it all black, it would be pretty similar. Although obviously he would have the hoses connecting to the chest.
Oh, he's just gonna stay like that. You
That's
can't
how,
figure it out.
that's how he is. Yeah, he's gonna fly the TIE fighter like that.
Just bumping into things.
That's right.
It's amazing the rebellion ever succeeded. This feels like if you have this on, it's gonna do damage to
The
the
pan.
head. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is very tight. Yeah, it just doesn't look quite like Diego Luna.
It's Diego Luno.
More like Vago Luna.
Vago Luna.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Yeah.
work on it. We'll workshop it.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But
It's
yeah.
Gael Garcia, his friend.
Oh, well, you know what? If we get a Werewolf by Night figure,
There you go.
we can do our E2 Mama
That's true.
Tambien.
We could do E2 Mama Tambien. Yeah.
So was the journey worth it? Probably not. But
you got it.
But I did
No one
it.
can take that away from you.
I got to. It was the same price as Pulse. I got it 3 months beforehand.
Yep. And you got to embarrass some guy at Walmart.
I hope he's still there and employed, and nothing was said.
Taking a random customer into the back.
I thought you'd enjoy that story.
It's a good story.
So yeah, I don't know of all these figures. I don't know which one I'm most excited. You know what? I'm probably most excited by the tiny hologram of Palpatine.
I think that's the one I'm most excited for sure.
I mean, yeah, that's the.
Yeah.
Have we gotten a hologram in the line previous?
Nope.
Oh, we got the Leia.
Really. Oh, we did get the Leia. That's true.
But we didn't get. We haven't got any of the Puck.
No
projector versions of anything.
Correct.
You know, for Hasbro, who loved those hologram pack-ins.
Yeah, they would pack those in with everything.
That we have not gotten that. It's kind of ridiculous. Well, listen, this has been fun. We've had a very long night of streaming.
We've had a fun night. Yeah.
I don't think I've gotten any patrons.
I tried.
You did. You know what? I'm delighted and beyond grateful that you are a patron when you don't need to be.
Yeah, I don't need to be, but I am because I feel like you deserve it.
I'm gonna turn this off just because it feels sad to still have it on
there.
But you know what? It's there for if and when. It's a difficult and weird time for everybody, so I don't begrudge anyone in these times that we're in.
That's true.
But you can also there's an Amazon wish list down there. There's a tip thing, or just subscribe to the channel if you're not. So I appreciate Mike that you've been streaming it on your channel as well. So
yeah, anyone watching this, go hit up Ken's channel. He's got some incredible stuff you can watch. He did a Force 5 with Bobby Moynihan, who I have on good authority that I am a better conversationalist and much funnier than Bobby Moynihan, and Ken definitely said that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did say that.
Yep.
The tiny little me in the back of your head said that.
Yep. Is Ken in the room with us right now? Who said that?
Hi, Mike.
It's me. No, it just sounds like Jabba. Is Jabba coming back to me?
Oh, we can bring Jabba back.
No, I have to go to bed.
I'm trying to end it. You're bringing Jabba into this.
Sorry. No, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to summon him. Yeah.
Mike has a review of the Savage Press.
I do.
That just went up recently. I
worked hard on it, and
really
a good chunk of it is just the history of Savage Press. I went a little silly with that one. I don't know why I spent so much time telling people who he was.
Because you were having fun with it.
I was having fun with it. I had a lot of fun writing that one.
I have no idea. I hope everything gets sorted out with your Patreon. Hopefully they can help you with that. But thank you for trying. So you don't know what your next review is?
Not precisely, but
the clock is ticking before you move. So
it's true. Yep.
You have to celebrate whatever the last review is in the current place.
Yep. Hopefully, I'll get a fun space in the new one, and I can just crank out a bunch of reviews for fun.
Maybe get an attic space.
Ooh, I don't know if I want an attic space. I think that'd be too hot.
Like a garret or a belfry.
Oh, I would love a belfry, actually.
You want that? You go batty in the belfry?
Yeah.
You rebrand your channel?
Like Quasimodo.
Just keep yelling sanctuary.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for this. We're gonna go. Well, Mike's gonna go to sleep. I'm probably gonna go hit up a Target or a
I'm
Walmart.
honestly probably gonna go get some food. I'm pretty hungry.
Oh, you haven't. Neither of us ate. We pretty much
No.
just went straight
Yeah.
through the
Yeah.
So, bag of Doritos and a root beer. It is
Sounds good.
Breakfast of
Breakfast of Champions. Yep.